Our playoff coverage continues on this Thursday evening. We've made the trip up to Holden, Mass for the round of 32 in D1 field hockey. Hello again, everybody. I'm Evan Massoud. Welcome to Wachusett Regional, the site of Durfee's road game here in the round of 32. It's great to be on the road in a new place. We've never been here before. We touched on it yesterday at Diamond that, once again, because of the at-large playoff brackets, the new format for the MIAA, you're starting to see teams play other teams that they've never seen before. And this right here is a prime example as we've hit the road and come to a brand new site. This game has been touted to be the #1 matchup in Division I field hockey in the state for this round. So there's a lot riding on this, and the experts seem to think that this is going to be the heavyweight shootout for round one. We expect the same. The records are similar, good success from both sides. It should be a great night here. It's beautiful up here in the Worcester Hills. We hope you'll stick around. Live coverage is coming up next.
Fall River Public Schools has opportunities for positions in multiple areas for people looking to work with the next generation. Come grow with our team. We have openings for teachers, paraprofessionals, and teaching assistants, and other educational support positions available. We are also looking to fill operations support positions such as custodial, security, and food service. We offer competitive salary and benefit plans. We have rewarding work available in our 21st century schools and learning environments. Come grow with us. Please contact the Human Resources Department at 508-675-8420, extension 53708, or see our postings on our website at fallriverschools.org.
Welcome back, everybody, to Wachusett Regional up in Holden, Massachusetts. It is the round of 32 in D1 field hockey, statewide tournament. We are thrilled to be up here. Durfee, the number 29 seed, Wachusett, the number 4 seed, but you see the records, how similar. Strength of schedule, very similar. Both play in good conference. So there's a lot of similarities here between these two squads. We expect this to be a tightly contested game today. Of course, unlike in the regular season, we will play until there's a winner. So if we're tied after regulation, we will go to 7 versus 7 overtime. And same with soccer. They'll go to overtime as well if there's a need. So we'll see how it shakes out after 60 minutes of play here. Durfee wearing their road black uniforms, and the Mountaineers in white jerseys, green shorts for their home uniforms. Just a quick shout out as we get started here. A big thanks to head coach Kerry Berry of the Mountaineers and their athletic director Jen Lynch for setting us up here, giving us a great spot to film from. We're underway here. Playoff action. The Hilltoppers this week scrimmaged with Dartmouth, their third time playing Dartmouth this season. Of course, the two regular season matchups in which Durfee and Dartmouth split. Durfee winning at home, Dartmouth winning at home. Both close games, 2-1 win for Durfee, 2-0 win for Dartmouth. So very tightly contested. And then in their scrimmage, they tied. So they were very evenly matched this year. And Coach, Nikki telling me that she wanted Durfee to play, even if it is a scrimmage, to play an opponent and a good opponent. One that would be challenging as Cadet forges ahead, leaves it behind, and it's taken away. She wanted Durfee to not sit around for 3 days. That's another reason why, frankly, we're playing today. Athletic directors were given the option to schedule a game for the round of 32 a day early. This round was not supposed to start until Friday. Actually, I think even Saturday. Friday's the 4th. So it was the 4th. lots of things that, try to help the teams out so no one's just sitting around waiting for a week to play, because that can have an impact as well. So that's kind of the situation. So Durfee scrimmaged on Tuesday, had practice yesterday, watched tape, and here we are for round one of the tournament. Well, we say round one. It essentially is. The round of 32 comes after prelims, so technically round one. The Mountaineers, I talked about having, a similar schedule in terms of opponents. And Wachusett, one of their rivals, similar to Durfee's Dartmouth, Wachusett's rival being Shrewsbury. Sound familiar? That's where we were last year at this time for playoffs. So Wachusett lost to Shrewsbury twice in the regular season. They beat them for the Central Mass Championships this week. So they beat them for the first time. Of course, third time's a charm. Always tough, for a team to beat another team 3 times in a season. But that is, again, it was a close matchup there. So good stuff. Both sides coming in after a good week of play, scrimmage, whatever you want to call it. Live action. We have a little bit of a scoreless streak going on as well. Always fun to look at some numbers. In our 3 games that we covered on Fred TV of field hockey, our 3 full games, Durfee has not allowed a goal. So we'll see if that continues today. So our 3-0 win against New Bedford, a 9-0 win against Brockton, and a 6-0 win against Bridgewater Rainham. So I always like to look at that kind of stuff because it's, the stats. It's, I was listening to sports radio on the way up here, 98.5 in the Sports Hub in Felger and Maz, and they were just up in arms about the no-hitter last night, which really it's a hitless game. Let's get that right. And I completely agree with their sentiments, is that all the statistics, and they call it the group, I don't know if I like the categorizing, but they call it the nerds, the statisticians. That's the proper way to say it, but they call it the nerds. Everybody's saying, oh, it's a combined no-hitter, it's a combined no-hitter. Yeah, nobody's talking about it except for probably the Astros fans. Why? Because a no-hitter is an individual accomplishment. As a team, sure, great job. They held their opponent hitless. But the battle of a pitcher to take care of 27 outs and not allow a hit, that's what it's about. So in any case, we talk about, statistics and stuff and looking at numbers. I certainly like doing that, but not to a point where we go overboard with it. But it was an interesting take, in talking about stats. It was a little over an hour drive up here, and I always get a kick out of Felger and Maz. They are pretty hilarious when they get going on a topic. And it's like, to their point, nobody seemed to care because it was, you went with the numbers. The numbers being that third time through the lineup for a starting pitcher, things don't tend to go well. So what do? You bring in the bullpen, and that's what it's gone to over the last 10 years. You rarely see a complete game. So anyway, I digress. My little baseball talk, but in talking about numbers, talking about statistics, obviously they're still fun to look at. To me, as long as you don't dictate your life on them, and I think that was the point they were trying to make as well. With regards to the World Series, which Game 5 tonight, go Phillies. I'm a Phillies fan for this one. This is an absolutely stunning campus, and, I wouldn't expect anything less being in the Worcester Hills. This is not a flat, wide-open campus like at Durfee. Oh, no. This field here, this main stadium, reminds me very much of our practice turf at Durfee because there's a retention wall on one side and whatnot. But if Durfee turns the ball back the other direction and goes on to a well, we're going to have to wait. They'll have a penalty corner here. But on the other side of the field, there's a huge hill where the scoreboard is, and the baseball field's way up there. It has to be about 50 feet up, if not more. Actually, it's probably more. It's probably closer to 100 feet. So way at the top of the campus, looking down, as the penalty corner will come in from the left side of the goal. It's a really cool area because all these fields are just built into hills. Loose in front, and it's going to go! Hutchinson got caught off guard. She was out, and it snuck by. And it is 1-0 in favor of the Mountaineers. The Hilltoppers will have to play from behind, the goal coming just about halfway through this first quarter. While we have a moment, let's run down the starters here for both sides as we're already into the game here a little bit. For Durfee, captain number 1, Josie Kane. Number 5, Peyton Botello. Number 7, Jaya Saran. Number 8, Shakira Cadet. Number 10, Casey Curran. Number 12, captain Emily Curran. Number 14, Elia Delisle. Number 17, Emma Gomes. Number 21, Tony Freitas. Number 22, captain Brooke Macedo. And in goal, Kaylee Hutchinson. For the Mountaineers, number 2, Kaylee McGurl. Number 3, Lindsay McGurl. Twin sisters. Captain number 6, Olivia Valentine. Number 8, Lillian Chazon. Number 9, Lily Stady. Number 10, Ella Perry. Captain number 11, Kate Connors. Number 15, Emerson Johnson. Number 18, Captain Catherine Gurton. Number 20, Elizabeth Gurton, sisters. And in goal, number 35, Julia Curtin. And, of course, Durfee led by head coach Nicole Henrique, assisted by Victoria Blaisdell, Amanda Salois, and Ken Henrique. And for the Mountaineers, they're led by head coach Carrie Berry, her 12th season, assisted by Marnia Valentine. Well, while we're live, we can confirm we're all set for the weekend as well. We will have live coverage from BC High tomorrow. I say live coverage. Remember, folks, we're operating on a hotspot. This is a 5G hotspot. It's a lot better than we were using last school year. So we should be good to go. But, once in a while, as you know, stuff happens out of our control. But fingers are crossed. We should be good. Boston area has strong 5G coverage, so we should be fine. So we plan to be live tomorrow evening, 5:30, D1 Boys Soccer Playoff, Durfee versus BC High. And on Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock, we'll be up in Peabody at Peabody Veterans Memorial High School for the girls D1 preliminary round as Durfee travels to play the Tanners from Peabody. So we'll have both of those live as well. Going to be a busy end of the week here into the weekend. And we'll see how it all shakes up after one game in the tournament for each of these sports. We were live last night at Diamond. Congrats to the Lady Bengals. They took care of business at home in their prelim game, so they beat, they were seeded 32nd. They beat 33rd seed, the High School of Commerce out of Springfield. Took care of the Raiders in 4 sets, got stronger as the match went on, but they're facing Dennis Yarmouth, the number 1 seed, their next match here in their next round, the round of 32, and against tough team from the Cape. They'll have to start probably a little stronger than they did yesterday. Didn't play a bad first set, don't get me wrong, but they certainly got stronger as the match went on. They'll have to come out pretty strong to start it off if they want to compete. They'll set it in on the left of the goal again, the penalty corner. Second penalty corner of this game for the Mountaineers. Durfee has not had one. In fact, most of the play has been down this way. Hot shot just wide to the left, taken by Emerson Johnson, and it goes out of bounds, missing the post. And Durfee will reset it here. Hilltoppers had a couple early surges down on the offensive, but it's been kind of a defensive stretch for the Hilltoppers here over the last 7+ minutes of play. It was a nice ride up. A little bit of traffic, but a nice ride up 146 here into the Worcester area. I went to school at Fitchburg, which is about 20 minutes north or so, and I went through Worcester basically every week. So firing on net. That one goes out of bounds. So kind of nice. I haven't been up this way. I don't think I've actually been up 146 and up this way since last year when we came to Shrewsbury. So it's been a year since we came up here. Since I came up here for anything. So nice to make the drive. Certainly visit Boston a lot more than the Boston area more than we come up this way. Cadet forging ahead, lost it for a moment, and the defense breaking it up. She's trying to gather it back up, comes towards midfield. As we work the far side, it looks to be Delisle on the far sideline now trying to get by, has it stripped away. Kane trying to intercept. And the whistle sounds. There'll be a reset for Durfee. Lights are on here as we started at 5 o'clock. And sadly, we're setting the clocks back this weekend. Whistle sounding, Hilltoppers will have it. Good swing there from Curran, just not great contact. I'm sure she'd like to get that one back because she's used to firing. She's got a strong stick, strong swing there. Didn't get that much on it that time as we're coming down to the wire here. This first quarter already, just about 30 seconds left. Centering pass broken up by Durfee's defense, but still down there. Mountaineers keep it in play. No, the whistle sending the news that it went out of bounds. We're down to our final 5 seconds unofficially here on our timer. And the horn does sound. There it is. So 1 quarter in the books, 15 minutes complete here at Wachusett Regional. The Hilltoppers down 1-0 after the first 15. So both teams will huddle up for a very brief timeout. was just a beautiful day today. And 61 degrees right now, but a little cooler outside of the sun. We've done playoff games much worse conditions. Just ask Jake Fitzgerald. We covered a game. Where did they play it? I forget. Was it Holbrook? It was neutral ground. It might have been Holbrook, and this was D4 soccer when we covered the Atlantis Charter final round game, South Finals, and man, was it brutally cold. I mean, it was below freezing at game time. At I think it was 6:30 or 7 o'clock. It was a later start. It was under the lights the whole time, and I was freezing in the booth. I was like dressed as if I was outside, and I was in the booth and cold. Meanwhile, Jake was on the roof. It was freezing, let me tell you. So we'll take this any day of the week when it comes to November sports outside. 30 seconds left in this between quarter timeout here as we reset for the second. Durfee breaks the huddle, ready to rock. Wachusett does the same. And quarter number 2 has begun. See if the Hilltoppers make some adjustments here. Try to set up a few more chances. They don't have a shot on goal yet. Just a few offensive pushes up, toward the box area, towards the arc. The field hockey markings are in black. Tough to see. Similar, though, to Dartmouth. It's the same thing. It's tough to see in Dartmouth as well. Ours are red, which is a little, different. But the field hockey markings here are in black, so you don't see them quite too well. They don't tend to stand out without the sun on the field. Cut off, turned around. Good takeaway right there for Saran. And then she gets the bad news. The whistle sounds and play is halted. It'll still be Durfee ball, but stops her forward progression. And taken away. Back to the middle of the field here to Emily Curran. Good takeaway right there by Brooke Macedo, and it goes out of bounds. Perry firing, hit the foot there of Connors, and rolls now towards midfield where Durfee is taking it back. Kane trying to get around McGurl, Lindsay McGurl, that is. Ends up losing it. That looked to be out of bounds, and yes, indeed it was. Saron working through traffic. It's taken away by Johnson. Down toward the sideline, and Macedo will watch it go out of bounds, and it'll be Durfee ball. Firing towards midfield. Was targeting Delisle. It did hit her stick and got behind her. Now Kane having to chase it down as Lindsay McGurl, and she will continue to go toe-to-toe here. McGurl makes a move around Kane towards the circle. That infraction happening just outside the circle, so no corner, just a free ball. And it is cleared out. Cadet with some help. Saron is way up the field. Cadet working the sideline here. And it goes out of bounds. It'll still be Durfee ball. Johnson working through the emblem, side to side, cross-cutting the field, now gets around. The defender pulls up and fires it. Nice stick handling, Curran blocking the drive there from Johnson. And now Saron trying to take it away. Breaks it up. Shoved on ahead there by Curran. Nobody was there to help her. Now Cadet at midfield will use her speed to try to get around Lindsay McGurl. Comes back to Josie Kane, going towards the sideline. Can they keep it in? Yes, they do. Toward Cadet, and a whistle sounds. It'll be Mountaineers ball. Good pass on up ahead. And Macedo trying to clear it out. But the Mountaineers have some help. Now it's taken away. And a quick change back up the field here for the moment. Taken away now by Kaylee McGurl. Oh, no, that was Lindsay. Lindsay to Kaylee. Both teams playing real tight one-on-one. Haven't really seen a break here for either side. Mountaineers still now down in the arc. Going to have a chance for a shot here. They take it. It's blocked by the defense and cleared out. Nice job by Durfee. It'll still be Mountaineers' ball. They'll put it in from the sideline here. Put it back in play. That's Ella Perry. but saving a goal. Good blocking down front. The stick save. Gomes back toward the sideline, and it's out of bounds. Freitas just couldn't get there fast enough. Batted down. Good hand-eye coordination. Pass on up ahead. Freitas chasing after it. And she'll win that battle. Oh, excuse me, is that Cerrone? That's Cerrone, my bad. Freitas is back here. No, that was Freitas. Cerrone's up the goodness gracious. You know, I left the binoculars in the car. Good place for them. We were a little late in setting up. We were trying to get settled here in a new place, so. Through the defense, shot taken, and it's a kick save, it looks like, for Hutchinson. But it's actually going to be a penalty corner as they'll set up to the left of the goal again. So there was an infraction there on the shot by Durfee. Committed by Durfee on the shot from Wachusett, I should say. And set up for the penalty. Just over 5 minutes to play here before the half. This press box here must have been, we were talking pregame, must have been made and constructed right around the time Durfee's was. Shot taken just wide. Man, that came in hot and heavy right there. But this booth, the walls, whatever the wallpaper is or the material on the wall, the framing, the counters, the floor tiles even, the windows, everything's, the lights, it's almost exactly like ours back in Fall River. It's just a little smaller. Ours is a little bit of a longer booth. We have 4 windows, 4 sets of windows. But it's amazing. Like it really looked like just like ours. So it must have been constructed right around the same time. It's extremely similar. I do like their bleacher setup though, because there's 4 sets of stairs that take you down towards field level. Of course, they don't have a track, so that could be part of it. But they're right in the middle of the bleachers that can be closed off for fans, but it allows, you know, for game day staff to access the field a lot easier. You can see the stairs on the bottom of your screen there. I like that design a lot. It makes things a lot easier for us in the booth, or anybody who's in the booth. If you got to get to somebody on the field, you don't have to walk around the whole stadium to get there. So I guess that's my pitch for new bleachers. That's not going to happen anytime soon. We got other things to worry about. I'm kidding. Good save there from Hutchinson again. Good kick save. This is partly why I like being able to visit during playoffs to other schools, because you see things. You see how the schools are set up and how things work. And, you know, renovations set to be done and some already being done, like the baseball field at Durfee. Construction has started. You know, it's nice to see what other schools have as well, just to get a visual. We have an injury timeout. We're going to stop the clock. We're going to add a couple seconds back to our clock. In the stadium, we're stopped at 3:02, so let's add 12 seconds back there. Quick injury timeout. Looks like the Mountaineer player is okay, but we did have to have a quick break in the action there. They'll reset here, and play has resumed. Clock is rolling. Comes back out of the circle to Perry, who fires back toward the forwards, and it's Johnson who gathers it, trying to get by the defense. She's well covered up, but she does get a pass off toward the middle. Cadet clears it out of the circle. It's taken by Lindsay McGurl. McGurl to McGurl, and getting hit there in the box, or in the circle rather. One of the Hilltoppers committing the infraction, and another corner coming for Wachusett. Right to the point. Johnson takes the shot. It's deflected. And Durfee will have it. Broken up again. I said Durfee's defense got to be tired. That's a good swing. Gets down the field and a chance for Kane to get there. Or Cerrone to get there, my bad. Kane's on the other side. Cerrone up the field, and it went out of bounds. You know, the problem is some of these jerseys, the backs of them are rolling up on the players. So some of the numbers are getting obscured or kind of crunched together, you know. And, of course, that twilight, you know, red numbers on a black uniform are not that easy to see either. A little bit challenging. Final minute of the first half in a 1-0 game. Shot taken and a kick save from Hutchinson as it comes out of bounds. The lone goal in this game scored by the Mountaineers in the first quarter at 6:55. And a corner coming. Only 20 seconds. It's got to happen fast. Mountaineers are not in a hurry right now. The clock is stopped, but it'll finish. The corner will finish. Shot taken in the air. And that's how the half will end. No, another corner. So they'll finish off the penalties here. Back down low, crossing pass, and it's gonna go. Oh, they waved it off. Another corner. Some nail-biting moments here after the clock has expired in the second quarter. Durfee can't get off the field. They'll kick it back. Johnson takes the shot. Just wide to the left. And that will end the half. 1-0 the score in favor of the home team, the Mountaineers, here on their home field for the round of 32 playoff field hockey. The clock has started for halftime. It's a 5-minute break, so less than 5 minutes until we're back with the third quarter. Hope you'll stick around. We're going to run a couple of PSAs here, and we will be back in just about 4.5 minutes with more live playoff coverage. Stay with us.
On Saturday, November 19th, from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., the Guns for Grocery Committee will be collecting unwanted guns and giving grocery cards to citizens that turn in weapons. This is a regional effort with locations in both Fall River and New Bedford. In Fall River, the location is the Blessed Trinity Church at 1340 Plymouth Avenue, and in New Bedford, it's the Pilgrim United Church at 634 Purchase Street. The goal of the Guns for Groceries program is public safety. We want to eliminate unwanted guns from our community. However, if you have a gun that you want to keep, we are also passing out gun locks. I want to stress that there will be no questions asked. Bring in a gun or multiple guns and you will receive Stop and Shop grocery cards and a Domino's pizza certificate. Participants will receive $75 for each long gun and $100 for each handgun. BB and pellet guns are also welcome, but will only receive a pizza certificate. Again, That is Saturday, November 19th from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at the Blessed Trinity Church, 1340 Plymouth Avenue in Fall River, and in New Bedford, the Pilgrim United Church, 634 Purchase Street. Come by to turn in an unwanted gun or pick up a gun lock.
Hi, I'm Kristen Cantara Oliveira. I'm a member of the Community Preservation Committee and the Historical Commission. Welcome to the Lafayette Durfee House.
I'm David Jennings, curator. Built in 1750, this is one of the best living history representations in Massachusetts.
Judge Thomas Durfee, the original owner, was also an admired patriot. Judge Durfee made sizable purchases of equipment and weapons to outfit Revolutionary War soldiers, including his own son. Generals and Minutemen frequently met here for secret and strategic military planning.
But by the 1970s, the home's significance was largely forgotten and it was slated for demolition. Preservationists rallied, first to fund the restoration and secondly to resurrect interest in the heroic Durfee family.
The original frame and foundation are intact. Craftsmen worked tediously to repair or replace decorative elements.
Visitors are encouraged to handle artifacts and work alongside artists. The Lafayette Durfee House is included in the National Register of Historic Buildings and exceeds standards of the Secretary of the Interior.
However, time continuously ravages the one-of-a-kind structure. Grants from the Community Preservation Committee, as well as monetary contributions, spearhead the efforts of tireless volunteers.
CPA funds have supported thousands of significant projects in Massachusetts. Thank you for your continued interest in community beautification and betterment.
The School Administration Building at 417 Rock Street was built over 100 years ago by craftsmen from around the globe.
And Mr. and Mrs. William Brayton, mill owners, raised their 9 children in this statement home.
Decades later, the property became too costly for a single family and was gifted to the Fall River School District. Architects reconfigured the 22 rooms to accommodate administrative staff.
By 2018, this historic structure was compromised, eliciting mold and water damage. Once dubbed the last big house on the hill, this extraordinary piece of architecture was in poor condition.
Care was shown to restore artistic elements, including the circular railing and banister, chair rails, crown molding, antique and oak flooring, and the building is now handicap accessible.
Roof work was the primary concern for the Brayton House. This new pitch surface directs water to a modernized drainage system.
10 years ago, Fall River residents voted to adopt the Community Preservation Act, which allows for a 1.5% surcharge on property tax bills to incentivize history, travel, diversity, and recreation. CPA funds have supported thousands of significant projects in Massachusetts. Thank you for your continued interest in community beautification and betterment.
Welcome back, everybody, to Wachusett Regional. Third quarter of this round of 32 D1 game between Durfee and Wachusett. Evan Massoud with you here as we've begun the third quarter. Hilltoppers down 1-0 after an early goal from the Mountaineers. It came at 6:55 in the first quarter. That's it. A couple near misses at the very end of the half. We saw back-to-back-to-back penalty corners, and of course, whether time has expired or not, those do get played out. So the clock had expired because it's a running clock, but they have to play those out, and ended up being 3 of them in a row. The last one almost resulting in a goal. Durfee, from an offensive standpoint, has really had a hard time moving the ball up the field. No shots on goal in that first half by my count for the Hilltoppers. They really had to put up a defensive front more than anything. That is kept in as we've switched sides here. So this is the side of the field I was talking about with, see, there's people up on that hill watching the game. That's only a third of the way up for where baseball is. Anthony, if you want to back out the shot a little bit here, nice, you can see there's the baseball field way up there. The foul pole is that kind of white stick that you see on the top of the hill. So that's going to be quite, we were talking before the game, that would be quite the angle for a bump shot for a football game or for something on this stadium like field hockey or soccer as well. A really nice angle with having the terrain, you know, in your favor. Even something through the uprights, through the end zone, that's pretty high up too, looking straight up the field. There's definitely a camera crew with multiple cameras could be very creative here on this campus because of the setup, just because of the lay of the land. Sent toward the circle. Centering pass, it's going to go out of bounds, went out off the stick of, looked like it went out off of Olivia Valentine. And it's just a reset here. Cadet forging ahead. Gets slowed up by Elizabeth Gurton. And Cadet gets called on the infraction. It's a reset for the Mountaineers. Pass on up ahead. The Hilltoppers with numbers for the first time, forging up the field to try to tie it. Shot taken, and it's just wide to the right. That's the first chance the Hilltoppers have had in this game. They had a 2-on-1. And the shot goes just to the right of the goal. I'd like to see more of that. Down the other field, other side of the field very quickly there on the turnaround. Still down the other end of the field here. The Hilltoppers clear it for the moment, but good stick block from Lindsay McGurl. Now coming back towards the side, it's Kane who fires. Cadet couldn't corral it. Hot shot from Kane's stick, goes out of bounds. And it's Elizabeth Gurton who puts it back in play. Finding Kaylee McGurl. Goes out of bounds on the goal line, and it'll be Durfee ball. Nice shot there from Curran. Get it up toward midfield. Cadet cheating up ahead. There's also help down deep in the circle for Durfee. They can get it that direction. The defense has been smothering, though, from the Mountaineers. That's going to go out of bounds up the sideline. The scoreboard appears to have gone out in the stadium here for a moment, but our time is accurate. We synced it up right when we started, so. Gonna be a corner here, penalty corner for the Mountaineers as Lindsey McGurl back to put it in play again. And it gets through. Misplayed. Durfee trying to break it up. Kate Connors able to. I heard a whistle as well. Passed back, now sent back toward the circle. Big stick slashing, both crossing sticks there. And it'll be Wachusett ball again. Well, we're into the 50s now. It's getting a little cooler. Corner. Chance here, shot taken, and it's good! Off the foot of Hutchinson. She did get a foot on it, but it didn't clear enough, and it grabbed that inner corner, and that looked to be Catherine Gurton with the goal. Coming at 4:53, and it's 2-0 Mountaineers. I should say 10:07, 4 minutes 53 seconds remaining here. But that goal coming at 10:07, and it gives the home team a little bit of breathing room, little room for error, should they allow one. And we're back underway. Johnson passing up ahead. It's broken up by Curran. That'll be a whistle. Diving block. Cadet trying to turn it around. She's tripped up. Got interfered with. It'll be Durfee ball. And there's goal number 3. The Mountaineers took it up the field. On a quick transition. That makes it 3-0 here in the late stages of the third. About 2.5 or just under 2.5 here. Again, unofficially the scoreboard is out right now, so we're just going off of whistles from the officials. .228 on the clock. And we'll play. Far side here along the sideline. When we look at this game, one of the most impressive things for me, in terms of for Wachusett's play, as we are in the final minute of the third, is the stick handling. Every time Durfee fires the ball in somewhere, one of the Mountaineers is able to get a stick on it and break up the play. That's why Durfee's had so much trouble putting any offensive progression together. You talk about a game here, right, where there are no offsides. You can get people down the field well before the ball is there. And despite, valiant effort through 3 quarters here, Durfee can't break through. They've had like only 2 or 3 shots on goal this whole game. And that'll end the third. But a huge third quarter for the Mountaineers as they extend their lead to 3-0 here on their home field in this sudden death playoff game. Final 15 minutes coming up here from Wachusett Regional. We'll take a quick break, and we will be back with the fourth quarter. Stay with us.
Fall River is in the forefront of honoring members of the armed forces. The Community Preservation Act funded upgrades to the Veterans Memorial Bicentennial Park. In May 2021, Fall River dedicated the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall, an 80% scale replica of the original. The aluminum panels are engraved with the names of more than 58,000 heroes killed or missing in action during the Vietnam War. The project, including landscaping, exceeds recreation and open space requirements set by the Community Preservation Act. 10 years ago, Fall River voters approved a 1.5% surcharge on property tax bills to incentivize history, travel, and diversity. $310,000 was designated to build this powerful tribute, which has become a location for reflection and healing. The park is now fully handicap accessible and is open to all at no cost, dawn to dusk. CPA funds have supported thousands of significant projects in Massachusetts. Thank you for your continued interest in community beautification and betterment.
The Gothic Revival-style arch at Oak Grove Cemetery signals the final resting place of some of Fall River's most prominent residents.
Since 1873, thousands of funeral processions have passed through these ornate iron gates. War heroes, abolitionists, mill owners, and Lizzie Borden are buried within these walls.
Despite fine craftsmanship and historical recognition, the arch was unable to withstand time and the elements, and was in danger of collapse.
10 years ago, Fall River residents voted to adopt the Community Preservation Act, which allows for a 1.5% surcharge on property tax bills. This cherished landmark was saved with funds through the Community Preservation Act.
In just 5 months, this time using some modern machinery, local contractors refurbished the granite arch and replaced sections of the gate.
A uniquely Fall River work of art and a respectful reflection for the dead has been saved for future generations.
CPA funds have supported thousands of significant projects in Massachusetts. Thank you for your continued interest in community beautification and betterment.
Welcome back, everybody, to Wachusett Regional. Just 30 seconds into this fourth and final quarter here. It started a little sooner. It might be because they didn't have the scoreboard running. So a little bit of a shorter break. So we're back just a couple seconds late here. But nothing happened. You didn't miss anything. So Durfee down 3-0 here into the final quarter and trying to get something going offensively. It's been a real struggle here. The tough Mountaineers defense has really buttoned up their end of the field, not allowing Durfee to really put anything together. There was that 2-on-1 break back early in the third, and that was probably it. That's really the one moment that stands out to me where Durfee had like a legitimate chance to score. But that's about it. So it's been a real tough night here for the Hilltoppers, trying to contend with this Mountaineers defense. Firing on that far side. Kane was trying to flip it there to Cadet. It'll be Durfee ball. Curran fires it back into the circle, and it'll go out of bounds. Three on two, 3 on 3 for the Mountaineers. It's broken up. Nice job by Macedo to stop that forward progression. Curran trying to send it up the field. It's blocked and stopped again. And it'll be Wachusett ball. Kane sending it back towards Cadet. Well, looking ahead, this bottom part of the bracket, Belmont and Arlington, 13 versus 20 were the other matchup in this pod, if you will. So the winner of that one would face off against the winner of this one in the round of 16. No date or time for that yet, but that's because Belmont and Arlington are actually playing tomorrow. So right now, Wachusett up 3-0, and looking to add here as they send one down in the zone, and it goes out of bounds. Was it out of bounds? Yes, out of bounds. Hutchinson doing a great job there of tightening up that part of the goal and keeping it out. That's kind of how, just to take a look at how the bracket is looking. Only one other by here. Let's see. 2 other games, 3 other games. Only 3 other games, 4 other games. Here we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 other games other than ours today being played today. And 2 of those are preliminary round games. So like I said earlier, you know, there was some flexibility given to athletic directors to use today if they wanted to. so that teams didn't have to sit around for another couple days, without playing live action. So tripped up in the circle. Corner for the Mountaineers as we're halfway through this fourth quarter. 7.5 to play. Shot taken, blocked by the defense. Kick saved by Hutchinson, comes back again, open goal, and it's gonna go, or was it blocked off? Let's see. It is waved off. Great effort from Hutchinson as we play on. A chance for Durfee now on a quick transition. Cadet coming in to help out. Can the Hilltoppers get their first goal? Around the goalie, kick save by Curtin. One-on-one with the denial. And it keeps Durfee off the board. Hilltoppers will have their first corner of the game. Coming up on 6 minutes. Shot taken, it's a bouncer, and it'll be another corner. Hilltoppers come up empty. Hilltoppers are in another corner here. 5 minutes to go. Looks like we're going to redo it here. I think the defense broke a little too soon in the back. Shot, kick saved by Curtin. And that's it. Just wide to the right. Back toward midfield. And a whistle. The white ball. Wachusett ball. That is the best offensive surge Durfee had in the game, and unfortunately, Hilltoppers unable to push one through. As we've hit the 3-minute mark. Couple seconds ahead here. Just the clock. We heard them yell out 3 minutes to the officials. So sent right up the field toward the corner, and a chance for the Mountaineers here. Out of bounds. I'm going to say it should be Durfee ball because Hutchinson didn't touch it. It went out of bounds on its own. Up the field, it's going to be a foot race. The ball will roll too far. Blocked. There'll be another reset for Durfee as we've hit their final minute of their 2022 season. What a great regular season it was. This is going to be a heartbreaker for the Hilltoppers, but a tremendous regular season. Southeast Conference champs, sole champs. First time since the merger of the Old Colony and the Big Three to form one conference. So a very successful season. It's going to be cut short here in the playoffs, but take nothing away. The regular season was a hugely successful one, and one that this team, the players and the coaches, should be very proud of. And that's it. Wachusett, winners on their home field here in the round of 32. A 3-0 final over the visiting Hilltoppers, whose season has come to a disappointing end here at Wachusett Regional in the round of 32. So the Mountaineers are going to move on, and they will play either Belmont or Arlington. Both teams are lower seeds, so the Mountaineers should be back here on their home field for the next round. I believe it's the round of 8 where the state takes over and you end up with neutral ground. So for the round of 16, the Mountaineers should get one more home game here as they move on. So congratulations to them and Coach Berry. And again, we thank the athletic department for their hospitality. Felt right at home here, so we're very grateful for that. It makes our job a lot easier. Folks at home, as we will hit the road again tomorrow, remember, you can live stream us right here on the Facebook page. Like and follow us if you haven't. We will have boys soccer tomorrow from BC High, and that game's scheduled for 5:30, so a little later start than today, and Saturday, 1 o'clock from Peabody. That's going to do it from the Worcester Hills at Wachusett Regional. Final score one more time. The Wachusett Mountaineers defeat the Durfee Hilltoppers in the round of 32 by a final score of 3-0. For our camera operator tonight, Anthony Granum, I'm Evan Massoud. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow from Boston.